Let's find out who's the mid lane. Okay, so they actually
So
picked
my draft made true, but I was like, oh, it's probably not their kind of draft, but apparently I'm wrong. It is their kind of draft.
Number 2 of this best of 3. Nightmare needs to win this to take us to game 3.
Yep, I'm really looking forward to see how GEEKAY performs with this kind of draft, because it is a very strong draft, but it's not without its fault, because you have to play your timings very, very well, and it's very difficult to play on a professional stage when having all the timings essentially correct. And if they can do it, then I can definitely see a world where GEEKAY just needs a few more months, and then if they go to the international stage again, they can show what's up.
Yeah. The fastest would be next year's MSC. That would be quite a tale for GEEKAY. Do hope they keep this roster, because we can see we definitely see the potential. The start would be slightly different compared to game 1, where Jasmine has an easier time leading with Shen. You know, you have both technically ranged, the damage reduction from Kaja also feels really good. Mid lane wavelet control is there for Soso as well. It's all about getting that priority to move first. And look at where Oppa is.
But no one is probably gonna go there because
it's cleared out.
It's cleared out. Yeah, no one's gonna go there. If Opera wants something, Opera has to be the one to get it. But no, Opera looks like he's just gonna be clearing. He's just gonna be proxying the wave essentially.
He's gotta do a bit faster because he's taking a lot more punishment than he would like to. Still though, majority of that wave is already cleared out. Mid lane first. Now there it is. Too easy for Lexi with first blood.
Yeah, Soso told the team, he's like, you know what happened to me in game number 1? How about you guys do it against GEEKAY? Let Smile have a frown on his face.
Yeah. Have you seen what the jungler did? Huh? Just do that.
Just do that.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, just go mid. You press some buttons and then you get a kill.
Yeah, if I get $1 every time I got ganked, that's on you, Lexi. Speaking of which, Oppa, he's just toying around with 4 GEEKAY members. They're gonna jump on him. With the Spirit of Alpha, gets frozen by Soso. First turtle for Nightmare.
Yeah, and now it's easy for Lexi, gets a free turtle. And that's a very good Hilda play, absorbing a lot of the aggro from GEEKAY. And like I said, the draft coming in from GEEKAY, you need your timings to be correct. And because everyone's power spike is essentially very, very different, right? The Alpha power spike is different than the Matilda, as well as the Faramis. So a lot of juggling has to happen here.
I would assume the moment you get your War Axe on the Alpha, that's where you start going. Although, Samo is just not having too much fun against Oppa.
That's like, I keep hitting him, but he keeps healing. How is this fair? He's healing more than I can damage him.
I feel like I'm healing him. When they kidnapped Zeno just now, so this Alpha is now 2 levels behind the Nolu.
Remember what I said about the first series of the day having 3 games?
Yeah, I think you're correct.
I'm just reminding you. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm just reminding you.
Now we did the first 3 games together on day 1. We had a 3 game yesterday too. Circling Eagles.
Yeah, we're not gonna commit, and Zeno gets a kill onto Opper. And for now, looks like it will be a trade-ish. Unfortunately, GEEKAY can't really push out the bottom wave. The minion is gonna appear. Nightmare, they might gank mid again. They have the people there.
And they're gonna go just that. Shen is the target. Unfortunately, Jasmine not able to do too much with the Divine Judgment. Just came back up. If only they waited like 3 more seconds, they would have had it. But they can use it now for the next turtle to set up for it. Carby basically got side back, right? He lost the top tier 1 in under 4 minutes.
I think they want it now. They want it now.
There he is in a full combo.
Ooh.
And the Faramis though saves Samo. That is good. It's a trade.
Hey, one ult to save your team, and then everyone else using their flicker, the ults, and everything in the kitchen sink. It feels good.
It feels
good
really
timing.
Good stuff from Smile. Although both ultimates, both Divine Judgment and Netherrealm have quite long cooldowns in the early game. So GEEKAY now finds himself on even ground. Without the Netherrealm, I wonder how they would approach this.
Probably get a kill first here, because the Nolan can come in and execute someone, and all the while Soso is just poking everyone out, but they're focusing on the turtle. Someone has to stop Lexi, but no, he gets the free turtle.
Yeah, he's a level ahead of Zeno also. Smile can't really stay there, he has to flick it away. Constant poke from Nightmare is a bit annoying, especially Soso on this Aurora. The spear does miss, which means Harvey now has to start backing off.
Yeah, nice that they actually made a line and actually follow a sequence to go back to base. I'm sure it wasn't planned.
Yeah.
But that look, that's satisfying to watch.
It looked cooler than
It looked cooler than it really was.
than it should be.
And now looking in the Thunderbells coming in from both Samo as well as Opper, so they will start scaling up here. Cammy having a much better time here using the Beatrix. And Jasmine with this Kaja is becoming question mark for GEEKAY. Everyone has to be super careful because going through a bush, it might be your last because a Kaja can be there and then all of a sudden you're dead.
Matilda not the best hero to open up bushes either. Can't just walk straight into him. They're gonna do it again this time. NetherRealm still comes out in time to save Samo. That's the second time GEEKAY Esports saves that XP laner.
That will be frustrating for a Kaja, but at the same time, seeing the opposing side having to use a lot of ults as well, kind of feels good. It is a good trade.
Yeah,
it is a good trade.
An offensive utility for a defensive one, but GEEKAY wants to amp up the pressure, gets stopped again by Soso.
Yeah, Soso's having a very good time here on the Aurora. Always making sure that he at least freezes 2 people, making it so that it's a good offensive and defensive tool for GEEKAY. Really finding difficulties here to actually start fight because Opera is opening up the map and they're using this Matilda safely, like defensively, I think.
It's half of Zeno's health bar. Opera will spot out both of them, circling Eagle, guiding Wind from Shen, but Zeno wants to re-engage, disengages in an instant. They get the freeze on the Smile, wasn't ready to react to that. They find the trade on the Opera, but Samo also gets blown up, 2 for Nightmare.
Yeah, I think GEEKAY, it was still good for them because up top, Moskov is free farming, he's able to get this turret eventually, and now Soso looking very low.
Almost gets wiped out. The pull on the Alpha, but another NetherRealm to save him for now. He runs out of the range, but was able to cover enough distance to get away. The third turtle though for Nightmare.
Yeah, Nightmare is looking especially good right now. 3.5k ahead. GEEKAY, at least they don't lose too many members in terms of kill. It's very much manageable for both teams. 4-2. Cammy is going to scale up. Harvey, he's getting the items that he wants. I'm just worried if he doesn't get the space that he wants, especially if Jasmine starts being a little bit more stingy with his Divine Judgment actually going for Carvey.
Every time Jasmine pulls someone back, GEEKAY are forced to run towards Nightmare Esports, and that's where Soso will have a much easier time learning all those crowd controls. 3.5k lead for Nightmare, still pretty manageable for GEEKAY.
Ooh, never mind. I thought Carvey was more ahead. Only 1 item here. And Beatrix having 2 items, you have to consider the Beatrix items are very expensive. So Carvey's not having a good time here, Husky. And now he's not gonna... Oh, okay, good flicker.
Thankfully he has a flicker. Now Shen has to be a bit more careful. Circling Eagle hits on the Jasmine, so the bot tier 2 will be saved. GEEKAY wants to go for the engagement of Alpha, does miss though. They fully commit into the Aurora, they soak it up with the NetherRealm, and now they will bring in the XP laner with the Vengeance, take out Alpha, and Samo somehow survives.
Yep. Nightmare still in a good position though here. Again, Soso and Cammy, it's very hard for you to get onto them. The only difficulty for GEEKAY here is that who's really going to be the one engaging in the fight.
Seems like the Alpha, and it's either Zeno or Shen.
It's better if the Phoveus has a flicker so that he can have the initial start and then everyone groups up around him and then Zeno can come in with the Spear of Alpha. But yeah, it's not happening because he is using the Vengeance.
Doesn't allow him to soak up extra damage.
Because the only thing that I'm seeing here for GEEKAY is that they don't have an engage tool. The Alpha can engage, but having the Kaja there makes it more difficult.
They're going to look for another potential engage. That is going to be the pull onto Samo. This time he's going to eat all of it up. NetherRealm shows up, but unfortunately doesn't cover Samo. Samo gets destroyed, and Zeno also runs out of the range. So both of them end up falling. A bit of a overextension from GEEKAY.
They were able to take down Kaja, but Soso is there. And that's why I feel like it's more difficult for Zeno to actually engage because it's either the Kaja, the Hilda, or the Aurora. There's a lot of ways to stop this Alpha, and then the Alpha can take a lot of damage when he's this far behind. He only has 1 defensive item, and the item is the Queen's Wings. It's good, but he has a long cooldown. So once the cooldown has been done, it's not consistent. You're not consistently tanked.
I feel like from GEEKAY, they need to subconsciously remind themselves of how they position with the NetherRealm, right? Because 2 of the members walked out of range right at the end, and that kind of costed their demise. So Lord for Nightmare will come in from the bottom side. Let's say GK has some pretty decent base defense. If Zeno doesn't get out, he escapes, but at the cost of their roamer.
That was so quick. I barely saw the Matilda's health and she's gone. I mean, to be fair, she doesn't have defensive item. The only item she has is the Flash of the Oasis. But now Nightmare, they're in prime position and they have a marksman here. So they have a better time of ending the game. They can end the game faster than what DK did in game number 1, which is around 20 minutes.
Unfortunately for Shen, he's going for the Enchanted Talisman. So won't have much defensive stats anytime soon. DK just needs to keep inhibitors alive, but yeah, their wave clear is not that bad. Wow, the health pool for Smile is not that big either.
Yep, right now for GEEKAY, like I said, this is a very strong draft, but very difficult to pull off. The timings is so critical with this kind of draft. Like that's why I thought they wouldn't go for it, because it's so risky to use this draft when you don't have a lot of experience with it.
And losing 2 inhibitors and just off of the first Lord, 10k gold lead for Nightmare. Could be the last fight. GEEKAY needs to be aware, acutely aware of Jasmine's pull. He has no flicker for another 50 seconds. Samo eats so much damage, gets pulled in, has a bit of help, so he escapes, but at the cost of Shen again, sacrifice. They find the pin onto Oppa. 1-for-1 trade. GEEKAY did have to expend Netherrealm though.
Yep, Netherrealm not being there, and I feel like if you wait long enough, you can have it back around turtle time. Now the marksman trinity items have been built. It's a little bit late though, 11 minutes and 30 seconds for Carvey, but at least now he has something.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, the Beatrix has 4 items.
I mean, Carvey is 3k behind, right? Ooh, poor dude. I mean, losing your tier 1 in 3.5 minutes definitely has its impact.
Yeah, now too easy for Lexi having 4 items as well. It looks like for both teams, the Nolan is looking very good. Alpha 4-1, looking at the kill score, honestly not that bad, but really not oppressive. He doesn't have a good game here. But if they want to do well, this is where they got to do well. They got to be able to steal the Lord.
Not only that, they have to manage, they have to be aware of the top wave, which is building up to a slow push for Nightmare Esports. 1.5 waves. They can steal. Circling Eagle. They try to bring Samo in, but he gets pulled by Jasmine. Intercepted mid-flight. And GEEKAY Esports instantly crashed and burned. 2 dead bottom. Samo gets gone on. Jasmine shows up. And Oppa feeling really good about the circumstances. Triple kill for Cammy. And Nightmare Esports now with the Lord. I'm going to look to end the game.
Oh, there you go. Another catch. Smile unable to help his teammate out.
Can't even react in time. Double kill for too easy for Lexi. And Nightmare Esports not done and out just yet. We will get game number 3.
Oh yeah, 13 minutes in, they're able to end the game. Looks like for both teams, the Nolan is helping out a lot. But let me just say, man, that Kaja, personally for me, sealed the draft.
Yeah, that and also the that personally felt like one of the play of the day for me, the Kaja mid-flight pull on the